host of the Gridiron.
All right, baby. Welcome to the Gridiron. If you can give this video a thumbs up or maybe share this video, that would be absolutely freaking phenomenal. If you subscribe to my channel, thank you. If not, please go down below, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon. That way next time I go live, if I put a video out, you'll be notified. And it's free of charge. What do you got to lose? But if you are subscribed to my channel, thank you. If you want to help support my channel out, in the description box below, very top link takes you to my membership page. I got 3 different membership levels. Each one has their own little perks to them. So once again, if you want to help support my channel out, it would mean so much to me, and I thank you in advance. And then finally, just underneath that, there's another link takes you to my Facebook group. It's called the New York Giants of Gridiron. It's my Facebook group. We have over 9,500 members in the group. It is doing simply marvelous, might I add. Basically, if I'm alive and breathing and if I got internet access, I'm putting stuff in this group during there 365. It's called the New York Giants of Gridiron. It's my Facebook group. Please join it. You will not be dissatisfied. I promise. All right. Well, a lot of stuff going on. I mean, obviously, that's the beauty. The season's not even over with. And, we got the Shrine, the East-West Shrine game, the Senior Bowl. A lot of stuff going on there. A lot of top candidates showing their stuff. The one nice thing I know, I read in one of the articles, was that one of the things that really helped last year with the Giants, especially with their draft class being so good, is that they had a lot of coaches down there. And once again, we have a lot of coaches down there as well, too. I mean, Bowen's down there. I can't pronounce that guy's name. I'm an idiot. He's down there. Kafka's down. There's a bunch of guys down there, which is huge. And we picked between the Shrine, East-West Shrine game and the Senior Bowl. There's like 4 guys that we wound up picking out of only the 6, right, draft picks that we had that were in those games, right? So, and of course, we knocked that out of the park. So it's not only so much, the draft, the scouting and all of that and everything. It's also the coaches were down there, right? Right there watching the players, actually, talking to them, interacting with them, but also seeing, what they can do on the field, which wound up being a huge help, in having such a success in this past draft. So hopefully we can replicate that once again. That would be absolutely fantastic. I would love that. But I seen this, and it's kind of interesting. It's probably just a matter of time, right? I'm not sure how far, things kind of got, because obviously the Cowboys needed a coach. I'm not sure if Jerry picked up and talked to Papa Prime at all about coming up there. The only thing is that Jerry's got a big head. You know what I mean? Jerry's got to be the man, and Jerry can't be outshined by his coach or anything like that. Or that was one of the problems I had with Jimmy, right back in the 90s. It's just mind-boggling to me. Right, and of course Jerry Jones is still paying for it. He had a great team. He had a winning coach. Drafted all these players. They were a good freaking football team. They had a good defense. Their offensive line was unbelievable. Had Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman. It's phenomenal team, well coached, and of course because Jerry couldn't live with Jimmy, they had to part ways after winning 2 straight Super Bowls. It's just the most ass and 9 thing I could possibly. It's just absolutely, it's unbelievable. Just an absolute freaking idiot. But so he can't be out. I guess shined by his coach. He did have Parcells there, but Parcells doesn't really. garner like maybe a lot of attention or whatever. He just goes in there and gets the job done, right? But I'm saying with Coach Prime, he had a little bit. Apparently, had maybe some interest or whatever, maybe with the Raider job. I said I'm not sure if Jerry Jones actually picked the phone up and talked to him about the Cowboy opening or whatever. But I kind of saw this, and it's kind of interesting, wasn't it? Huh? If the Giants were to draft Shedeur, right? Obviously, wouldn't be this season, but I mean, would because father followed son around college, right? Throughout the college career, be interesting to see if now once again you don't know. If Daboll were just after this season, it's just a total SHIT show, right? And just say, does Daboll get fired, but they keep Shane? I mean, how it would work out, I don't know. But it'd be very interesting to see, if we would have wound up drafting Shedeur, if Papa Prime would be interested in coming over and maybe being a coach for the New York Football Giants. It would be very, very interesting. I'll tell you one thing, it would certainly, without question, I know drafting Shedeur would certainly elevate, a good portion of the fan base. That's for sure. Give us some hope, right? We've got the new quarterback, right? The new shiny toy. Maybe this is the guy, right? And then, especially if we just have another bad season with Daboll, it's kind of like, well, he had the one good one, but now we've played horribly the last 3 seasons, so maybe Daboll's not the guy. We're going to talk a little bit more about Daboll a little later in our program here. But it would certainly, really, I think, really excite a good portion of the fan base if Coach Prime came here. Guy's a winner. Right? He knows what it takes. He's done some really good things in college. There's 2 stops in college. And not only that, one thing I'm more impressed about than anything else, the wins and losses or whatever. One thing I'm most impressed about with Coach Prime, right? Let me get this out of here. Bam, so I can see my fat, ugly head. There you go. How you doing? Is, I think was the first time ever, I saw something. It was a quick video. The Colorado football team, they finished, I don't know, whatever it was, the first semester, maybe it was, or something like that. Everybody had like at least a 3.0 grade average and above. I think it was the first semester, right? It was the first time ever. I don't know. Coach Prime was talking with a lady, and she said, "I want to," she wanted to congratulate, I think, the coach, but whatever she said. But I think she's the first time ever the Colorado football team has finished with a great GPA above a 3. As I said, I don't know. It couldn't be for the whole season, obviously, but I don't know if it was for the first semester or if it was maybe they finished with. After the 2023 season and they graduated in 2024, maybe that's what it was, whatever. But, so to me, anyway, it's because a lot of these guys ain't making it in football, right? There's got to be life after football, and they have to look for the future, and they have to, set their sights on greatness and becoming, more than what they are. And, to me, if anything, above the X's and O's and the wins and losses and all that, Coach Prime going in there and getting those guys to focus. And it's like, we play football, but we come here to learn as well, too. Right. And that hit, that struck a chord in my heart. I like that. It was really, really good. But let's see. I got this article here I want to read. Deion Sanders will become Giants head coach candidate if the team drafts Shedeur Sanders. Obviously, that means Daboll's got to get tanked as well, too. So, the Giants draft Colorado's quarterback Shedeur Sanders in the NFL draft's first round this April. His father, Pro Football Hall of Famer Deion Sanders, would immediately become a candidate to be the Giants' next head coach. Because you got to figure, right? If we got Shedeur, right? I mean, unless something, just like ungodly, horrible happens or whatever. I mean, we got him for 5 years. So we drafted him number 3 overall, or we trade up or whatever the frick happens. We want to draft him in the first round. We got him for 5 years. As I said, unless he's just like so ungodly, horrible, like was it Dwayne Haskins? I think he got let go. And he wound up going with the Steelers, or they traded him or something like that. But I mean, he didn't hang around with the whatever they were called at the time. They were called the Redskins, the football team, they were called the Boston Braves in '32. I don't know. Yeah, they were called the Commander or whatever they're called. But I don't think Haskins stayed the whole 4 years. I don't think with Washington, because they wound up obviously going to it was Pittsburgh, I think. I actually absolutely. Well, let me say, I know. Sadly, tragically, he passed away. Let me see what Dwayne Haskins here. Dwayne Haskins. All right, what do we got here? In 20. Okay. Oh, so let's see. It was 2021. Okay, 2021. All right. So he was with the Washington, the Redskins / football team for 2 years, and then in 2021 he wound up. What did he do? Signed with the Steelers. Haskins was released from the team the day after. He believed that it benefited both parties if they went their separate ways. So Haskins, was there for just 2 seasons, and then they released him. So getting back to Shedeur. I mean, I said, if the Giants were to draft him early, unless something really weird happens, like a Haskins thing, where you draft a dude in the first quarterback in the first round, you only got him for 2 years, and then they just let him go. You would have Shedeur there for 5 years. Thing, right? Especially if you're going to pick up his 5th-year option and you want to keep him around. So, I mean, if somewhere along the line, right, if something would happen to Daboll, right? I mean, Papa Prime would be a very interesting, right? Very, very interesting coaching candidate. All right. Let's see here. It's as simple as connecting the dots. Brian Daboll's on borrowed time. Yes, he is entering his 4th season. Wow. Man, his 4th season. I mean, we're not there. We just finished the 3rd. So, but it's like, holy cow. While John Mara asking him to give up offensive play calling, while Mara was simultaneously praising GM Joe Schoen's process coming off a 3-14 season, his draft process. And Deion Sanders, although he continuously stresses his love for coaching the Buffaloes, well, yeah, he's saying the right things, right? You got to give the man credit there. He said on Good Morning America that the only way I would consider going to the NFL is to coach my sons. Aha. The quarterback Shedeur and defensive back Shilo Sanders. Prime time also was publicly discussed as an early candidate to fill the Dallas Cowboys vacancy after a phone call with owner Jerry Jones, which Jones now says was just a conversation. And Sanders reportedly had a very strong interest in the Raiders' head coaching opening, per the Las Vegas Review-Journal, before Vegas clarified they intended to go in a different direction. Schoen's Tuesday comments about Shedeur Sanders during an interview at the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama, meanwhile, included 2 references by the Giants GM to Sanders' father, Deion. He's a great kid, Schoen told reporters per The Athletic. Really good personality, football smart. Dad's football coach. No, Dad's a football coach. It's a little bit cliche, but he checks all the boxes of having a dad that's a football coach and the passion that he approaches the game with. It was good getting the meeting, Schoen added. He's had a really good career at Colorado, and obviously we look forward to getting to know all those guys for the rest of the process. The buyout on Deion Sanders' Colorado contract reportedly is $8 million right now, but drops to $5 million after December 31st, 2025, per USA Today. Interesting. If Mara wants to silence noise about his willingness to spend, like ESPN report that Mara has railed against the NFL for making sure that the league doesn't have this dead money in coaches' salaries, buying out Sanders' contract with 1 year remaining on Daboll's would make a good case. Daboll is still the Giants head coach, of course, and he has complained about the absence of an adequate quarterback play on his roster. Giants scapegoated, shut down, and cut down Daniel Jones this past season, and when Drew Lock had his best game to beat the Colts, Daboll went public with his frustration. Daboll said, "You need good quarterback play, and a team has a chance to win every game. If you get good quarterback play," he said, rookie Malik Nabers and Tyrone Tracy Jr. had impressive years in a season like this with a variety of quarterbacks, with 4 different quarterbacks in there. Drafting Shedeur Sanders then would give Daboll his wish, the desire to build a better present and future at the sport's most important position. It would be an opportunity for Daboll to cool down his hot seat simply by showing results. Sanders producing more points and wins would make life easier on everybody, no one more so than the embattled head coach who shares a .363 winning percentage with Schoen. The pressure would be also increased on Daboll simultaneously, though, to show those results immediately or face the consequences. The Giants ranked 30th in the NFL in scoring in 2023, 15.6 points per game. And then slipped. They got even worse. They slipped to 31st, but they went up half a point a game. This past season, they scored 16.1 points per game when Daboll took over play calling full time. So if Daboll's offense sputtered again early with Shedeur Sanders under center, Daboll probably wouldn't even last a full season, even if Schoen survived. It would still be too early for the Giants to make a final judgment on Sanders, however, if he and the Giants started slowly out of the gate in his rookie year. So the next step would be to find a coach better at creating solutions and culture than Daboll has been. Maybe Schoen would sell internally that the Giants just need the right coach, just like Daboll has sold publicly that he just needs the right quarterback. That scenario would lead straight to Deion Sanders as a candidate to possibly revitalize the Giants and properly support his son Shedeur. He knows the league. He has revitalized two college programs. He knows his son best, and if Shedeur Sanders is the Giants' number 3 overall pick, there will be nothing more important than getting the best football leadership out of him. So if hiring his accomplished father becomes the best way to do that, then so be it. So I mean, he's done, he's done some very wonderful things, obviously, in college, right? The one knock on him is that I can't remember what his. Hold on. It was going up against top 25 teams. I don't know. Let me see. I don't think he has a win against top 25 teams. But once again, he kind of walked in to a, to bad situations. His first year at Colorado, he took over a really bad team. Let's see here. Okay. Record versus top 25 teams. This is where Sanders' coaching resume faces the most scrutiny. Much of it is deserved. Coach Prime is 1-6 against AP poll top 25 teams, with the lone win coming against the TCU Horned Frogs in his Colorado debut last season. So, he's good against, other teams, but once again, he took over a program that was that was not very good, right? The Buffaloes went 4-8 despite becoming a media darling following they started off 3-0 and they finished 4-8. But let's say Coach Prime's squad has made a statement in their inaugural Big 12 campaign, boasting a 7-2 overall record and a 5-1 mark in conference play. So, overall, Sanders is 38-16 as a collegiate head coach, although the future is murky with Shedeur, Shilo, and Hunter expected to enter the 2025 NFL draft this offseason. So, but also one thing too, right, is that I don't know if Coach Prime goes around knocking door to door, and if visiting people. I think they like come to him. like almost like every other coach in college football, even Saban and all those guys, they got to go visit the people's houses and try to get them to sell them. I don't think that's the way it is with Papa Prime. I think they just come to him. So he kind of sells the program himself, but you figure he's taken over 2 horrible programs and turned them around. All right, big time. So that's college. Pro's a little something different, but he's obviously only coached in college. He's played in the pros. He's played an elite level, obviously in the pros. One of the great, maybe not so much tackler, right? Because that's a business decision. But as far as coverage corner, one of the all-time greats. He's in the Hall of Fame. He's won multiple Super Bowls with multiple teams. He knows what right? The guy was like a freaking streak of lightning running across the field. I mean, once he had the ball in his hands, unbelievable fast. But, he had success or has success in college. They said that's with, young men. You can help mold their minds and stuff like that. Coming to the pros might be a little bit different. But, I don't see why he would not be successful. Because he has his way of doing it. He's not going to back down from somebody, right? He has nothing but confidence in himself. So it'll be something interesting to say. But first of all, one thing at a time. It's Giants would have, for this to happen, Giants would have to draft Shedeur. Don't even know if Shedeur will be even available when pick number 3 comes around. Then again, even if he is available at number 3, don't know if the Giants are going to pick him or not. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But that's something that, that is something to certainly keep an eye out for.